everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Anisa, and please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I link to be linked to down below in the description, and let's get right into the video. So for today's video, I have a crochet hook testing. I'm going to be testing out the Clover Amour hooks against my Susan Bates hook, as well as my loops and threads hook. And I'm going to be using 100% acrylic yarn in a bulky 5, as well as a regular impeccable yarn medium weight and a 100% cotton yarn, just to get a good feeling. And I also got some other notions, so I hope you enjoy and keep on watching. So here is the packaging, just like what you see in the stores. And this is from Amazon. And they did have it on sale for like $30 something. And I should have bought it then. And the prices went up to $40, but on the actual site, I'm pretty sure it's actually more. On the back, it gives you all the hook sizes as well as some things about it. And as you can see, the hook shape is very much so rounded at the top. And it has a comfort grip hook, as it says, or something similar to that. And it is rubberized. And the tip of the hook is a kind of dusty metal color. This is a 2.25 hook, and I'm going in order. This is a 2.75 hook. And these are millimeters, by the way. This is a 3.25 hook. And it also has the letters on there as well. And I did find the grip very comfortable. This is a 3.5 millimeter hook. This is a 3.75 hook. And I will show you guys the smaller hooks side by side so you can really see a difference. This is the 4 millimeter hook. This is the 4.5 millimeter hook. This is the 5 millimeter hook, and this is probably the most common size hook I see used and the one that I will use the most. That's why I was tapping to it. This is the 5.5 hook. And then this is the size J6 hook, which is the biggest hook that comes in the package. Here are all the small hooks lined up side by side so you can see the difference between the little heads. And so here is a Susan Bates hook, which is an inline hook. And to see more of my yarn, well, all of my yarn actually, and to see all my hooks, everything I have, go ahead and go look on my haul video. I will have it linked in the description and in the cards. As you can see, the size of the hooks is different. Well, the head is. The Susan Bates hooks are an inline hook, and I'll get more into that a little bit later on. These are some notions I learned. That's what they're called. They're stitch markers, as well as the yarning needle. I'm going to sound this first before I went shopping in person, because it comes with so much more you can get at the store for a very similar price. I bought mine for $5.59, but it has for $5.99, but it went up to $6.59. But I still feel like it's a good deal for 220 pieces. As you can see, they are indeed locking stitch markers, which help it not come out. And this is a bulky 5 yarn, and it requires a 6 millimeter crochet hook, or it recommends, I should say. And now I'm going to do a couple of chains just so I can go ahead and do a half double crochet, single crochet, and a double crochet, and I need something to do it into. And this is the Susan Bates hook. As you can see, is a inline hook, meaning the head is in line with the body. I kind of just learned what that was a couple of days ago, so yeah. So that's how I learned the difference between the two versus just feeling it. And as you can see, it's a very pointy head, which helps it go in and out of stitches. But at the same time, I was noticing it getting stuck in a very splitty yarn like this one, where it would grab one of the little strands of it. I really do kind of like the Susan Bates hooks. I don't have anything necessarily bad to say about them, but sometimes it can get a little bit uncomfortable with the bigger hooks, like the size 10s and all that. It's all metal, so it does hurt your hands a little bit. Sorry, I was out of frame for the size 6s. I actually went ahead and redid it. Again, I started out with some chains, and I kept going with chains because it was so smooth, and I did go ahead and do the doubles and all that, and it was very smooth. As you can see with this one, it's just gliding through. These two are both 100% acrylic yarn. This is the Impeccable yarn from Michaels now, and it recommends a 5mm hook. And I'm pretty sure this yarn is actually on sale right now for buy one get one. And I noticed that it's kind of inconsistent between the actual like yarn material, because I have a blue one and that yarn is kind of terrible. Like, it splits very badly and it doesn't behave smooth like this one at all. So that was a half double right there, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to do a double next. And I really like this hook. It went through very, very smooth. And next I'm going to test the loops and thread 5mm hook, and it is a very simple hook. Yeah, that was a double right there. And it is a very simple hook. There's no grip to it. There's no nothing. The all metal hooks can start to hurt your hands just after a little while, I noticed, but that's if you're applying quite a bit of pressure to it, which I do sometimes just to get through the stitches. I do that, and it's a habit I'm starting to get rid of. But as you can see, it looks pretty good, and it was very, very smooth to work with this 100% acrylic yarn. And here I am with the loops and thread hook, and again, it was still pretty smooth, but it was something incredibly smooth about the clover amours. I don't know what it was, but I really, really enjoyed it. I learned how to do like flowers and stuff because I didn't think I could do it before, I suppose, but I really, really like all of these hooks, but the clover amours are my new favorites, 100%. As you can see, the head of the hook is rounded, kind of, sort of, has a very similar shape to the clover amours. However, the length is very different, and so is the width. So the loops and threads is very skinny, and the hook on the clover amours front part is flat, versus the other one is rounded and it's shorter as well. So here I am showing you guys how I create my slip knot. Very easy. To go ahead and start chaining, and this is 100% cotton yarn. This is Lilly Sugar and Cream, and it recommends a 5mm hook. Like I said, 5mm is kind of what I use the most because that's what most of my yarns recommend. And 100% cotton yarn is much different from 100% acrylic. Acrylic is very soft, whereas cotton is pretty rigid. And this is in the style faded denim, and it is sold out, as you can see. And the clover amour really won on this test. It really slid through kind of like it was no issue. So now I see when people use the clover amours with the cotton, they're like, oh, it's not that bad, it's rough, but it's not that bad. And I see exactly where they're coming from. Yeah, I get it. I get it now, because it's just very, very smooth. I don't know how to really describe it. And by the way, at this point, I hadn't crocheted in forever. That's why it's looking a little bit wonky, is because it was very wonky. And I was like, how do I do this? But then afterwards, I got quick. So I will be finally finishing my sister's bag. As far as my blanket, that's going to need a little bit more convincing to finish, just because I made it way too big. I will touch on that in the video I make, if I ever make that video. I might not, but I might finish it, show a picture, and then like show what beginning I do have. So yes, here I am with the Clover Amour, and I just kept going because I really liked it. And I'm pretty sure these are my favorite hooks, and I will still be using my loops and thread hooks because that one actually really surprised me. It did really, really, really good. It's just not as smooth. Here I am doing a try again test so you guys can see it better. Sorry that it was a little cut off in the beginning. But I want to show you guys my first impression. So it's not like, oh, you're doing it a second time saying it's your first time when it's really not. So I want to be fully transparent and show that all that the issue was a camera issue. So, and my thoughts are still the same. The Susan Bates hooks is good, but it's the shape of it that's kind of weird. And then the grip is kind of weird too, to where it says it's ergonomic. However, it's more so plastic with a thin coating of rubber on the handle. And then the neck is super, super long. So whatever you do, it slides all the way down. You have to slide like all the way through it for your hand to rest on the little handle, versus the Clover Amours is really short and stubby. And so you don't have to move that far away or anything like that, if that makes any sense. Like, you can see how low my little loop wants to go all the way down to the bottom and then all the way back to the top, versus the Clover Amour, there's just not enough distance for all of that. And you can see with the length how long this one is compared to the Clover Amour and how much handle there really is. It's kind of like there's two handles to the Susan Bates one, because there's a thumb rest at the Susan Bates logo, and then the rest of your hand is supposed to go around the little hook. But to me, that kind of defeats the purpose of the ergonomic. If, like, do you get it? Do you get what I'm saying? But now this is kind of where this one really shined for me. This hook, the size 6, it was really good. Like, I really liked it, and I'm starting to see the colors a lot more. And so now I can just reach for the brown one and I know what size it is, which I actually really like. And Susan Bates tries to do a similar thing by changing the color of the hook itself. But I like the hook of the handle being changed a little bit more. And let me know your favorite hook and if this video made any sense at all. And let me know if you guys want to see me do more crochet projects, or should I just show what I've done after the fact. But I haven't done very much because, like I said, I got busy. And the spring semester is coming up very quickly, so I want to get some videos locked and loaded, and so I won't have to leave you guys without content again. And the Clover Amour hooks, very good. I do recommend them if you want to take my recommendation. They are very expensive compared to other crochet hooks. But next, I might try the Prim hooks. I'm like very much so obsessed with them for some reason. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share, and ring the bell. Everything I have linked to be linked to down in the description. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.